I know that sounds pretty far-fetched, but organizing over 90% of a plant in a right-to-work state was a daunting task. And we accomplished that without the help of our international union, who, I might add, testified against us at our arbitration hearings. My arbitrator, and I've got my arbitration decision here with me if anybody wants to look at it, but my arbitrator, in his ruling, in the introduction to his decision, he has a column on the right for the union, and it lists all of the union's witnesses, with the grievance being witnesses. On the left column, he introduces the company for the company, and two of the most prominent names on the company side are the UAW regional servicing rep for my local, David Bortz, and the UAW local 3520 president, George Drexel. They testified for the company, not for the union, but for the company against the union members. You know, what kind of solidarity is that? But well, that brings me to union reform. I believe we have to reform our unions. If we're going to survive the capitalist attacks on the working class in America, we have to reform the unions. In my opinion, the simplest way to accomplish this is by organizing. And I know everyone beats organizing to death, but you know that's what it's all about. We've got to organize the rank and file members against the corruption we see in our unions. We must take control of our local and international unions. And one of the biggest misconceptions that union members have is that they can't make a difference. Individually, we can't make a difference, but collectively, as a whole, we're strong enough to overcome any obstacle. And you know that's what most of our unions are becoming. Obstacles in our way. They're obstacles in the way of the labor movement. Most unions are nothing more than an extension of the companies we work for. We can't successfully fight against the tyranny of the bosses if our unions are carrying the shackles and leg irons for them to use on us. Our international union representatives, along with our local president, testified against us at our arbitration hearing. What kind of solidarity does that show? How can you get fair representation from your union when they're sitting across the table from you with the company? Our international reps told our arbitrators we were at odds with our union and that we were union haters. We were at odds with our international officers of our union, but we're not union haters. And what relevance would that have at an arbitration hearing if the union was trying to successfully defend us against the company for unjustly terminating us? None. What kind of statement did two of us winning arbitration and three losing send to our local union members and the labor community? It shows them how corrupt the whole system is. How can 5 people go into arbitration with 5 separate arbitrators, and 5 separate arbitrators come up with 5 separate decisions that are all over the spectrum from one another? They don't even, and the arbitration decisions make no sense. There's no cohesion to it at all. They just start here and go somewhere, wherever they decide to take it. My experience with arbitration leaves me with the opinion that it in no way is beneficial to the worker. You are basically on trial and guilty until proven innocent. You get paraded before biased arbitrators where every statement made by the employer is heralded as the gospel truth, and you are nothing more than a criminal, a liar with nothing of relevance to add to the proceedings. Union arbitration proceedings leave you out in the cold. You, the grievant, have nothing to say in planning or implementation of your defense. As a union member in the UAW, you sign away your right to defend yourself against the employer. The union owns and disperses of your grievance as they see fit. You have no say-so in it. You have no legal rights of ownership to your defense. This basically means that if you are not a go-along, get-along guy, the union can get rid of you by allowing the employer to unjustly terminate you. Their concept of fair representation is having an arbitration hearing for your grievance, but not fully and fairly representing you as your union brothers and sisters should. This whole experience has been an emotional roller coaster for us. I'm not sure what direction we're going to take in the immediate future, but rest assured, we will not give up or give in to union bureaucracy or company extortion. We'll continue to fight against the tyranny and injustice of our terminations. Regardless of the outcome of this struggle, we will continue our activism in the labor movement and in our community. We will remain committed to workers' rights and civil rights forever. I've got